For Dreamcatcher's 8th anniversary, I decided to rank all of their comebacks plus a few other special songs. If you do not know, Dreamcatcher is my alt group. During the early days of my channel, there was a stint where I was exclusively a Dreamcatcher content creator. For like 4 to 5 months, I made nothing but Dreamcatcher videos. But I eventually started covering other groups, and I haven't made a dedicated Dreamcatcher video for like 2 years at this point. If you're watching this and still subbed from those days, please let me know in the comment section. It's been quite a while. The fact that Dreamcatcher have been together for 8 years while occupying such a niche in K-pop is astounding. The longevity of occupying that niche has to be commended. They recently resigned their contracts too and have been pulling in pretty good album sale numbers, which means we will be getting more Dreamcatcher music for at least a few more years. If there are anyone watching who haven't listened to Dreamcatcher's music or even heard of them as a group, they are a rock-focused group that usually centers on a horror theme. They have some pretty interesting lore and definitely expand past that rock niche in their B-sides, hitting categories like jazz, EDM, R&B, and basic pop sounds. If you want any convincing becoming a Dreamcatcher stan, just watch this video of them making their CEO dance to one of their songs at a recent event they held. Dreamcatcher are one of the few groups in K-pop that seem to actually have a healthy relationship with their company. So let me set a few basic rules before we get into this video. This ranking will be similar to the aespa comeback ranking I did a little while ago. I will be focusing on all of their Korean and Japanese title tracks, but we'll also be throwing in special singles just to jazz up the list a little bit. Their special singles can appear on some of their albums, but I wanted to include them just to make the video a little bit more interesting. I will not be covering their OSTs or their collab they did, as well as their songs with languages switched, like their Japanese version of What. I will be focusing on the title tracks for the comeback. If I talked about the album associated, it would probably be like a 3-hour long video. And I'm trying to get this out around the same time as their 8th anniversary. If anything, it'll probably come out a little after. For majority of the video, I'm just going to play the songs themselves, but when we reach the top 8, I'll add some commentary. When I did an aespa comeback ranking with like 13 or 14 songs that took nearly an hour, imagine if I yapped for 25. I love a vast majority of Dreamcatcher's music, so just because there's a comeback or a song ranked pretty low on this list does not mean I don't enjoy it. I like 95% of their discography. Dreamcatcher typically boasts high quality title tracks. They rarely miss, if at all. So please do not flame me too much for this list in the comments. This is my opinion. Feel free to share yours down below. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and congratulations to Dreamcatcher on their 8th anniversary. I'm in love, like Christmas sweet love. first of all, is the most badass way to open any song. This is a whole nother video unto itself, but the styling for Dreamcatcher throughout the years has been incredible, and Vision is just built different. I mean, look what Handong is wearing. Looks like she could drop into a Helldivers 2 game if you gave her a helmet. If we're ranking Dreamcatcher songs on pure badassery, this is top 5. Peak Vision made me feel like I could run through a wall. If I were to associate this song with a Dragon Ball character, it would be Trunks. Not Kid Trunks, future Trunks, where he wears that cropped jacket with the long purple hair. Dude's fit is immaculate, oh my god. Now, admittedly, compared to some of their other title tracks, I think Vision is a lot of style over substance. It is a wow factor song, but it doesn't really go far past the surface. I think the most it really does is add another chord on the final chorus, which makes it sound really nice. And this was also an issue with Maison, but it feels as if the song was the last part to come with the comeback. Like everything else was figured out, and then the song was the last part. But this song is at 8 for a reason, and that's because it is so fucking cool. The vocals are sick, the choreography is cool. I like how when they say Vision, their voice actually pitches up instead of flattens out. The live stages were great. Vision is the middle child in its trilogy, and for being that second song, which can be the most forgettable out of any trilogy in K-pop, it does its job really well. My only real complaints is that some of the production can feel a bit linear, and also Dami's rap verse is surprisingly underwhelming. The verses in the latter half of the song are just okay at best. But when you're in the mood for Vision, there is absolutely no song that delivers better.
Cause I like you, 눈을 가득 잠겨 나 있을 나때 한사 같은 날 불러 사랑한단 말아 Because I love you Forever love 숨결까지 다 Forever love Cause I love you Forever mine 숨결까지 다 Forever mine.
Because is Dreamcatcher's take on the creepy doll aesthetic. This is such a well-rounded, properly executed concept. Both in the music video and in the song, there is this beyond the surface sort of creepy factor. In the music video, we open up in this hotel lobby and everything seems slightly normal. And the same thing carries through the song. There's this lighter instrumentation followed with the harder rock sounds that we're used to. In the chorus, the first half has that xylophone instrument they use. But then the bottom falls out in the second half and you just get this really aggressive guitar and the vocals sound a lot more mean. While Vision has one of Dami's weaker rap verses, I think because it actually has one of her strongest. I love this little like surfer beach guitar they add in the middle. I really don't have a defined complaint or critique about this song or comeback. I just think it lacks the iconic factor that some of the songs above it have. I would not blame you if you have You and I in your top 3. Most Dreamcatcher fans I talk to absolutely love this song. I think it is one of their most iconic songs. And again, everything from like Because onward is very good. All of these songs have good styling, they have good production, they have good choreography, the music videos are good. Same thing for You and I think these things are all executed very well. Probably contains the scariest aspect of any Dreamcatcher music video, and that's like the grandma turning into a spider. That was kind of creepy. There's some really cool parts to the choreo, like the handkerchief portion, the portion where Dami uses that like retractable pole, which cannot be easy to do live. I imagine how much practice went into like not dropping that. They also did a K-Con performance of this, and I think it's one of their best performances. You and I is the first comeback for them where it feels like everything went right. Not that I don't think Good Night or Chase Me or Fly High are good songs. I know they are relatively low on the list compared to this song, but it feels like they took a little piece of every one of those songs and kind of put it into this song, and it feels like their magnum opus of their early days as a group. With that being said, I'm not as big of a fan of this song as some other people are. I think they have better products, which we will talk about. But if I were to recommend a few songs to a non-Dreamcatcher fan, this would certainly be in that list. Boca is one of Dreamcatcher's best songs, and just like Vision, it is a middle child in its respective series. Now, we have yet to see the other Dystopia title tracks on this list because they're better, but this in its own right is great. Some of their best choreography during the latter half of the chorus, a really great bass-driven rap section for Gaia, and I think it's probably her best rap section out of all of their title tracks, and the final chorus contains maybe my favorite ever C and high note, and probably one of the best pre-chorus to chorus payoffs out of their entire discography. The whole Dystopia series really is unapologetically loud with their title tracks, but Boca is a little different in the way it presents that. It's certainly less chaotic than the Odd Eye or Scream music videos, which are constantly going at 100 miles an hour. I think the pre-chorus is responsible for that. A lot of the imagery following the pre-chorus is a lot softer, which creates a good dichotomy between the super hard-hitting chorus. When I first listened to Boca, I definitely liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I do now. It's definitely a song that's grown on me over time. When I talk to a lot of newer Dreamcatcher fans, they tend to point to Boca as being one of their favorite songs, and I can't blame them for that. It's a great, great song. So Piri uses this very distinct whistle sample from the Sounds of Kashmir Volume 2, and I did not realize how common that sample is until I heard Piri. Now I hear it everywhere. I heard it in like an NFL commercial one time, but the first time I ever recognized it was when I listened to Piri, and that makes the song unique for me. If we're talking in totality creepy factor, I think Piri is the scariest Dreamcatcher music video. It's just unnerving. This is also the comeback that really got me into the group. Like, I had been listening to their music and following them a little bit beforehand, but I just loved everything about this comeback. This is like some of my favorite GU styling. Another really great intro. I like how menacing the guitar riff sounds. I also really like the drum groove at the back end of the chorus. It like picks up in pace rapidly, very quickly, and then it falls off. Great choreo, creepy music video. Personally love the instrumentation on this one. This one's a personal favorite of mine. I've talked to some Dreamcatcher fans that actually don't like this song, or it's like not even in their top 10. But I've always felt like this comeback feels very unique in their discography. I'm not really sure why, it just feels like an outlier. I think it really has to do with the setting of the music video. The cinematography feels a lot different compared to the other comebacks. I remember watching Mara's piece about Dreamcatcher's music videos. I think in that she explains that further. Piri is really, really good, but unfortunately it could not crack my top 3. Okay, I know I've talked a little bit about styling in this video, and that doesn't really impact the placement of these songs. I think Odd Eye is the third best song here, but the styling for this comeback is some of, if not the best, I have ever seen in K-pop. Bold claim, I know, but who doesn't like snakeskin leather? Like, I want to own one of these outfits. It's not even just the outfits, it's the hair colors, it's the hairstyles. Short blonde hair Xian. I love Gaian's hair color. I love the high ponytail on Handong. I love the makeup, especially around the eyes. They like bedazzle their eyes. It looks so cool. 4 words. Jiu in a trench coat. Oh my god. And the song itself is absolutely fantastic. I think this has an amazing vocal run leading into the chorus. I love Sua's verses. The little eye part they do in the choreo, I love that. I was addicted to that for a while. There was a solid stint where this was my favorite Dreamcatcher song. Not the other two that we'll be talking about next, but this was like my favorite Dreamcatcher song. Definitely one of those songs that you have to listen to the instrumental separately to really grasp how good the instrumentation is with this song. Mainly because there are so many, flashing lights, interesting visuals, and great vocals that you might forget just how good this guitar sounds. This was also my second ever physical K-pop album. My first was IU's 5th full-length album, Lilac, but this was my second. Now Dreamcatcher has their own little dedicated shelf. Now R.o.S.E used to be my second favorite K-pop song, but it was usurped by this next song.
I just wanna make you scream.
So way back in my channel's history, when I made primarily Dreamcatcher content, like 2 or 3 years ago, I made a Dreamcatcher title track ranking, just the title tracks, not the special singles like I included in this video. I put Scream relatively low. I think it was like 10th or 9th, and at that time, that was pretty low. And there were some Dreamcatcher fans that, respectfully so, were not happy about that. I can't remember why Past Me didn't love this song that much. He was on something else, because I love this song now. This song is an absolute hit. Whenever there's a player having a really good game in football or basketball, we call it a legacy game. This is Dreamcatcher's legacy game, if it was a song. It's got sick visuals, like Sua has a sword. Probably the best choreo in any Dreamcatcher song. Jiu pulls off purple hair like no other K-pop idol I've ever seen. If you were there during my Dreamcatcher days, you would know I am a simp for Jiu. The little Jiu part in Taeju, yep, that is her. Now it's just a constant battle between her and Winter for who's my ultimate bias. And whenever I get into like the Dreamcatcher mood, it's always her. But then whenever I get into the aespa mood, it's Winter. It's the whole thing. The drops are intense. The theming is just perfect. And this headlines their best album, period. Tree of Language is their best album and one of the best full-length albums I've ever heard in K-pop. This would kick off their Dystopia run, which is probably one of the best 3 title track runs in K-pop I've heard, with this, Boca, and R.o.S.E. Now, unfortunately, Handong was absent for most of their 2020 promotions, including this and Boca. So I always enjoy this and Boca with a caveat, because I'm like, oh, well, Handong's not there, so that's kind of sad. This and Boca are just as good with Handong. Like, this song is not better because she is not here. Also got to see this live, arguably their best live song, and the crowd was so loud. And with all the Dreamcatcher fans I've talked to, typically this is like their favorite comeback or one of their favorite comebacks, but the next entry is a personal favorite of mine. If you've watched my top 25 K-pop songs of all time video, you would know this is my second favorite K-pop song of all time. Both the music video and the song are nothing short of a masterpiece. The video may be a bit more striking than their other music videos, and that's because it was a tie-in with the game King's Raid. Now, this isn't an OST as much as it is kind of like a weird sponsorship, but with that King's Raid tie-in, it does add some really cool visuals, like they got swords again. Took me a while to understand what the hell was going on in the music video, but once you get it, it's pretty cool. And the instrumentation, oh, it's so good. Like, this is so climactic. I love how they worked in a piano. The electric guitar riff going into the final chorus, probably my favorite final chorus drop of all time. The fire visuals on that shot too, oh, it's literally cinema. This is peak Dreamcatcher. It will forever be peak Dreamcatcher. I don't think they will ever top this. Also, Hundung's iconic part. This is basically a perfect comeback. The only thing that another comeback does better is Odd-Eye with the styling, but besides that, this comeback is perfect. And that is my entire list. I know people won't consider the special singles a comeback. I just threw it in there to make this video a little longer and just spice up the list a little bit. This was also an incredibly difficult list to make. Like, putting Fly High in the late teens, that killed me a little bit. Like I said earlier, Dreamcatcher makes really, really good music. Like, not even if you're just a rock fan, but just K-pop in general, they make really good music. I wouldn't say they're underrated anymore because they have a few music show wins under their belt. People know who they are. So I wouldn't say they're underrated, but I would say they are heavily underappreciated in the K-pop space for occupying such a niche and being successful. There are a few Nugu groups that have tried to go in the direction Dreamcatcher went and failed because they couldn't capture the charm Dreamcatcher brings. We can discuss the success of mainstream K-pop groups, but I think Dreamcatcher will forever be one of one. I don't think there will be another Dreamcatcher. I wanted to make this video, one, because it is their 8th anniversary and I've been following the group since their debut, but also because I just haven't talked about them in so long. I feel bad. I have a lot of people who subbed to this channel because they thought I was just going to make Dreamcatcher content and then I stopped. They are my old group. They're my favorite K-pop group of all time. I don't see that changing anytime soon, and I just don't talk about them, mainly because I never find anything to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're a Dreamcatcher fan, please rank your comebacks down below. Little bit of a shorter, more basic video today. I'm working on a much larger project. Don't know when that's going to be coming out, but stay tuned for that. I'll probably drop another relatively smaller video until that one comes out. Hopefully this inspired some of you all to stan Dreamcatcher, and I will see you guys in my next video.